It says that, no, Minister, you must retain your power, because that should be the last word as far as dispute settlement is concerned. I'm still undecided on this particular matter. I've kicked it upstairs to the Sports Advisory Panel, which is again another creation of the Sports Development Act, which is the Council of Wise Men and Women, which advise me on dispute settlement when I don't want to make a decision, or can't make a decision. When I don't want to make a decision, I'll say that it's with the Sports Advisory Panel, which is chaired by Tun Ahmad Saji. It's a brilliant way for politicians to not take the blame, say, somebody else decided for me. But I think, in the spirit of wanting to place Malaysia on the international map as a place for sports law, as a place for sports arbitration, we have to demonstrate to the international community that the administration of Malaysian sports is done transparently and based on institutions rather than personality and rather than the force of the minister's personality. So that's something that we are seriously considering, and I hope to put it into the amendments soon to Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to touch on other policies that we're looking into that will have further spillover effects on sports law and the development of the sports industry in Malaysia. Last year, my ministry launched a new campaign called Fit Malaysia. We've done many events. We've covered the length and breadth of Malaysia. We've seen hundreds and thousands of Malaysians come out to run, ride, practice martial arts, take part in our physical challenges, get nutrition advice, eat healthy food, just dance, do Zumba, whatever. We've also seen the inaugural National Sports Day, or Hari Sukan Negara, take place this year, on 10th of October, which saw more than 5 million Malaysians take part in more than 17,000 activities all around the country. Malaysians of all stripes, from all walks of life, came out. The aim of these campaigns are to create awareness for the need of having a healthy lifestyle in making Malaysia a sporting nation. Now, in creating a sporting nation, we can't have this without having the necessary support services in place, without having sports industry flourish, as well as without having Malaysians becoming fit and more active. So there's a very important spillover effect to what we're doing. More Malaysians involved in sports and physical activities means more Malaysians thinking about sporting events and thinking about managing sporting events and thinking about sports as a career. Professional sports itself is a huge industry around the world. Just look at the prices the best footballers in the world command when they're bought. I mean, just to give you an example about the value of sports, Michael Jordan is worth $1 billion. Manchester United is worth $3.5 billion US. Everton, Richard, I'm sure is worth much, much less than that. Sorry. There are only 4 of you, so I only risk losing 4 votes for you, to be honest. Our nascent sports industry is currently worth about 5 billion ringgit Malaysia, around 0.5% of our GDP. But all you need to do is look around and look at the number of sports shops that are being opened up. The number of runs and rides happening every week. I myself take part in some run or ride on a weekly basis. We're seeing incredible growth in the sports industry in Malaysia. Events, management of events, media, the industry is thriving and it's flourishing. Therefore, it is imperative that the sports industry is properly and accurately managed. This is when services such as sports marketing, auditing, and a strong legal framework can be components in ensuring Malaysian sports industry is transparent, accountable, and an industry that will thrive in this exciting time for sports. Sports law is a term used to describe the application of law in the world of sports. A combination of corporate and contract law, tax, real estate planning, intellectual property law, insurance, labour law, alternate dispute resolution, tax law. In some occasions, the law of tort also comes into play. The ever-growing interaction between sports and law gives rise to the need for a special and greater understanding of the sports industry and those related to it. Legal compliance with existing legislation and rules have also become more important in this day of technological advancement and commercialization in sports. Conferences like this play an important role in ensuring that these discussions come to the forefront. For that, I applaud Richard Wee and Yip for organizing this conference. I also understand that Richard Wee and Yip wish to launch a Malaysian Sports Law Association, the logo of which we saw earlier, although I don't know why they picked football as part of that logo. I'm not good at football. I applaud their warm effort, and I believe that this is something that the sports industry will receive warmly. With the formation of such an association, parties involved in sports and lawyers who practice sports law will have a platform to share views, collaborate and hopefully push Malaysia into becoming a sports law hub in this region and internationally. I believe we have the legal expertise to offer sports law services not only in Malaysia, but also in Southeast Asia and beyond. In 2017, Malaysia will host the SEA Games, with Malaysia celebrating 60 years of Merdeka. The SEA Games will be a good way to unite our people in our chase for sporting glory, in our quest for sporting glory. I also hope that our hosting the SEA Games will be used as an opportunity to develop the sports industry, the sports law, and really put Malaysia at the center of the development of the sports industry in Southeast Asia. Hopefully when 2017 comes along, we will not only become the champions of the Southeast Asia Games, but also a leader and a hub in sports law in Southeast Asia and internationally. I wish to congratulate Richard Wee and Yip again for the successful hosting of the 3rd Sports Law Conference, and I wish all of you a good conference ahead. Terima kasih. Thank you very much.
Thank you, YB. If I may invite you to remain on stage. Sorry. To receive a token of appreciation from RWY, Mr. Yip Hen Wing, to present the said gift. Just to share with all of you, the gift for YB is a handcrafted wooden wow, the traditional Malaysian kite. The wow is not only one of the first traditional games in Malaysia since hundreds of years ago, it is also one of Malaysia's national symbols, seen on the reverse side of the 50-cent coin. Thank you, YB. Thank you, YB. We are obliged for taking the time to share with us your views and thoughts about sports law. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be taking a 15-minute break as YB adjourns to the press conference. Members of the press conference will be held in the Arbitrators Lounge, which is located at level 1. To everyone else, we have a second round of breakfast ready for you next door in the pre-function room. During the break, please do drop by and visit our feature table, which is also, it doubles up as a photo booth. Last year, our feature table featured retro sports, where we reminisced and remembered the good old days of sports. But this year, in tandem with the theme of the conference, we are featuring a table of champions, where ordinary athletes have performed extraordinarily to raise their game to become champions in their respective fields. We'll see all of you back here in 15 minutes. Thank you.